Hi, welcome to episode 26 of the StressKnits podcast. I'm Stacy, also known as StressKnits on Ravelry, and Stacy also on Instagram. And so the orientation's a little different. Where I usually sit is right over here, but there was a giant shadow on half of my face, and it was really hard on my eyes, so I couldn't imagine how bad it would be to watch. So I shifted myself to in front of the window. This is the rest of the apartment. So that's just gonna have to happen today because of where the sun's at. So maybe this is a little bit better. There might be a huge glare in my glasses. We're just gonna play it by ear. So 26, and today is August something, 12th. Think. Could be totally wrong. But so there's a lot of cool stuff happening in the Ravelry group. Right now we have a giveaway. I'm going to leave it open for one more week. It's called the Gratitude Giveaway just because I am so thankful to all of you for helping dreams come true. So, so to enter, just answer the prompt, and the link to the group will be in the down bar. I forgot to put it in the last one, but it happens. It's the StressKnits podcast Ravelry group, and so just answer that prompt and you'll be entered into the drawing that will be next week for a free skein of any color of my yarns. So that's really exciting. You just make sure you're a member of the group because there are a few people that have entered but aren't members, so they're not eligible. So just make sure you're a member of the group. And then we have a Just Knit It knit along. This is inspired by my need to just put some fire under my butt and just knit some stuff. I have a sweater on the needles that has been on the needles for almost a year. It's a little ridiculous. And I really have a need to knit brioche. I will show you what the yarns and stuff I'm planning to knit in that towards the end of the episode because I'm just in love with them. I just caked everything up. So literally anything that you've been dying to get on the needles or get off the needles. It's a very casual knit along. All of the rules are in the thread. No finished objects necessary to win prizes. So that will be going through the end of September. So that's what's going on in the Ravelry group. I'm looking around because I'm sitting on the floor and there's just stuff all around me. But so let's just get on with the knitting. I have no finished objects or half finished objects. I was pretty monogamous on one thing, but I still managed to get some stuff done. So you have seen this sock a lot. This is my Molly Weasley sock. This is out of Nomadic Yarns in her twisty sock in the Molly Weasley colorway. The heel is Knitpick Stroll and Rouge. I love the sock. I can't say enough about it. I love Nomadic Yarns. I don't know why I blanked right there. Nomadic Yarns. I love her so much. There are so many colorways that I need to get. After watching the Hey Sister podcast, who I love very, very much, they showed off the Nomadic Yarns that they purchased, and I think Rachel is the one that has Hermione, and I think that's the next one that I need to buy. I think so. But here it is in the ball. It's getting tiny. I mean, it's not tiny, it's like a baseball, but I'm just trying to sit up straighter instead of slouching. But so last time you saw it, it was probably about like here. Put in the heel flap and gusset, did the gusset. I need to, let's see. I am here, so I just need to knit all the way over here and then do the toe, and it's done. It might be done today. You never know. So hopefully those will be off the needles next week when I podcast. That would be really great. So I've talked about those socks a lot, so I don't feel like I need to say much about them. Also, hi to all new viewers. Thank you so much for checking me out. And hi to all returning viewers. Thank you guys so much for spending some time with me. I forgot that at the beginning. This is just going to be an off-the-cuff kind of episode. I'm feeling it. Okay, so my hair is also, it was so cute earlier, now it's just, the humidity is insane right now. So just bear with my hair. I have no idea what's in my project bags either, so we will find out. Another sock that you have seen is my Pebble Socks by Mina Phillip of the Knitting Expat. I'm so excited for her release of her Beyond Vanilla Part 2, because this is from Beyond Vanilla Part 1. I finished this sock a while ago. This is out of, I want to say Nomadic Yarns again. It's not. It's No Makers in the Sparkle Gnome base in Garden Gnome. So, oh, that's a shadow. Okay, we're not going to do that. Yeah, so, yeah, you can't really see it. But there's texture, I promise. Nope. Okay. It's just going to be a fun little experiment. And the air just kicked off, so that's fun. Yeah, so there's that. I finished this a while ago, and I finally cast on the second sock. That's why I brought them. So here it is in the cake. It's so pretty. I love it. And then here it is on the needles. So I only did 2 repeats of the pattern in the cuff, but yeah, I really, really love the socks. I'm sorry I can't get closer to show you the texture because of the shadow. Maybe if I, no, okay. Alright, well, there's that. I'm knitting these on a US 1 2.25 millimeter carbon, 32-inch cord, and the Molly Weasley socks are on the same size, but Addy Turbo sock rockets. Yes. So there are those socks. Yeah, I really love the pattern. It's vanilla, and I love it. Yeah, so there's all that. I just jammed a bunch of stuff in project bags to bring it over, so there's really no method to my madness right now. I did cast something new on, and it's mostly because I've been watching a lot of Adventure Time. I don't know, it's just a nice mindless show to knit along to. So this time last year, actually, I ordered a skein from Coloring Book Yarns, and in the Bubblegum Princess colorway, because she's my favorite. Her and LSP forever. But yeah, so I purchased that and knit socks right away, and I messed them up horribly. I used a Fish Lips Kiss heel, which doesn't fit my foot the greatest, but I was on that kind of kick at the moment because I just learned it. I forgot to decrease down to 56 on one sock, so one sock was 64 stitches and the other one was 56. So, you know, and then I gave all of my extra yarn away in swaps. So I found the socks in my luggage that's all packed away from college because it is a little too warm for wool socks, and I frogged the socks so that I could knit a new pair of Princess Bubblegum socks. So here they are. They're a little wonky because they were frogged. I'm just using a Regia white cream color for the cuffs, heels, and toes, and then the Coloring Book Yarns on her normal sock base in the Bubblegum Princess colorway. And I love them. I forgot how much I love Coloring Book Yarns. I'm knitting Doug a pair of socks out of her Marceline colorway. I just haven't touched them in a while. But I love her yarns. I love how vibrant, and I don't know, it's just the perfect cartoon look, if that makes any sense. But yeah, so these are Bubblegum Princess. I've been knitting them while watching Adventure Time, and to show you how kind of sad It's in this project bag. Sad these socks were. I want to show you the little balls of yarn that I have left to knit with. So this is for the next cuff for the second sock, and then these two are the foot of the sock. So these are my socks. I had a really hard time getting some of my ends unwoven, and so so I had to cut some of it, which is why I'm using the Regia. I can never remember how to say it. I'm gonna put my hair up if I can find something, because yeah, driving me nuts. Yeah, but I also knit them incredibly short for how I like to knit my socks. So I'm really excited that I don't have to purchase another skein of this yarn, and I can still knit with it, if that makes sense. My hair is gonna be a mess, but okay, that's fine. I was even watching myself do it, and I left out a huge chunk of my hair. Okay, that's better. Okay. Sorry for that. I don't know where my purse is, all the way over there to get my bobby pins, because this is driving me nuts, you guys. Yeah, the air kicked off, and alright, hopefully it's not horrible for you guys to look at. But anyway, I'm really excited to knit with that sock yarn again. The sock yarn again. The other two Adventure Time colorways that are on my wish list are Lumpy Space Princess for me and Finn for Doug. So hopefully that'll happen eventually. She hasn't had an update in a while that I've caught, so maybe eventually. Who knows? Guys, I'm feeling weird today. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't have podcasted. I feel just off. I'm gonna try to do this again because my bangs. This is ridiculous. Okay, is anybody else just really over summer and hot weather? Because I really am. Okay, that's as good as it's gonna get. Okay, so those are all of my socks on the needles that I've worked on. I put a row or two on Doug's socks in my Unaware colorway. Nothing really to write home about. But I did put a pretty large dent in my Gable sweater. And I'm finally on the yoke decreases. And you guys, I fell back in love with this project. I cannot wait to get this off the needles. I'm gonna get it off just in time to wear this fall because I think it's the perfect fall sweater. So, last time you saw it, that's not where you saw it last. You saw it about here. So, I've knit a few inches. I am getting ready to do the third set of decreases. And I love it. And then I think I have one more decrease. I have two more decreases left, the third and fourth, and then I do short rows. I might do one more decrease and then the collar. There's a chance that this might be done next podcast because I've been knitting on it so monogamously. And I'm not letting myself cast on the two projects I'll show you in a second that I want to cast on horribly until these are finished. This is finished. So I love it. I love the triangle detail. It's so classic. This is the Gable sweater by Hannah Fettig. I'm using my Sucre miniature French macaron. I think that's how you say it. Yes, my French macaron to count my rows from my decreases, which has helped me a lot. Progress keepers, they're very handy. Highly recommend. Yes, and this is because I dropped a stitch. And I just was too lazy to pick it back up when I was able to. So these are knit on my Carbons interchangeables, which I have right here. US 4s. I have no idea what that is in millimeter. I think it's like 275 or something like that. Maybe a 3. I don't know. But it's a US 4. Yeah, I love this. I cannot wait to have this. It is knit out of O-Wool O-Wash fingering in the Pearly Muscle colorway, which is my shade of purple. I love it. Yeah. So there it is in all of its glory. I love it so much. I cannot wait to have this sweater done. It's gonna be one of my biggest knitting triumphs because it's my first bottom-up sweater. Yeah, and that is living in my fat squirrel bag that I got last year or 2 years ago. I don't remember at this point. So the giveaway that I mentioned earlier, if anybody is still watching from the beginning because of this horrible train wreck of a podcast, the giveaway, I received, I bought 2 Tuft Woolens sets, sock soaps, and as much as I love the pink grapefruit and peppercorn, it's the perfect like citrusy fall scent, so I love this, but I don't love the fresh air scent. It's still beautiful, but it's just not my cup of tea. So with the giveaway, I will be sending a skein of my yarn of the winner's choosing, as well as this bar of Tuft Woolen sock soap, which is my favorite sock soap to use for wool wash. It smells good. It's just not my cup of tea. But she sent me a sample of one of her fall scents coming out, and it is lavender apple. I love it. I am a huge apple fan. My family goes apple picking every year. Macintosh apples are my favorite. Not Macintosh. What am I saying? Macintosh scented candles are my favorite. But I almost said Macintosh again. Empire apples are my favorite. Being from Michigan, huge apple state. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Yeah. So, so that's pretty much like my stash enhancement, but it's 2 wool washes. So I'm going to talk about future cast-ons. There's the air again, which will make me feel better. But future cast-ons. So along with the sweater for my Just Knit It Cal, I'm going to be casting on the La Moyeu shawl, which is the squishy shawl by Mina Phillip because I'm obsessed with her designs. And my dyer of the month is Susan from With Pointed Sticks. She so generously gifted me this skein of yarn a few months ago. This is her ballpoint pen sock, I believe, in Tulip Fields, which I've been obsessed with forever. I think I might buy more skeins of this because honestly, it's just gorgeous. And then that will be paired with Knit Picks Stroll in, it's just white. Yeah, it's just white. So this will be the squishy shawl. I have a second skein of this. This will be my first brioche project. I'm not casting it on until my gable sweater's done, but I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with this. So these are coming down the pike, and I finally caked the yarn. And then the Hey Sister podcast, which you guys, everybody should be watching them by now. So if you are living under a rock, go, like, pause me because this episode's horrible anyway. Just exit out of me and go watch the Hey Sister podcast because you guys, they're amazing. I really wish my sisters liked knitting or wanted, well, I think one of them wants to learn how to knit. And if so, I'm gonna make her a yarn snob so that we can buy yarn for each other. Because them and the grocery girls just make my heart just want my sisters to knit. So, they are hosting a hat knit along, and hats are my first love. It's what got me into knitting. So my first project, because I'm going to be making many, is a hat for myself out of Brooklyn. Oh, that color's perfect. Brooklyn Tweed Loft in Long Johns, and it's beautiful. This is going to be a socket hat. Yeah, so this will be a socket hat. I have my needles ready. I might cast these on after my Molly Weasley socks are off the needles. So I'm going to do the ribbing. I'm going to do 1x1 ribbing for 3.5, 4 inches on a US 1.5, and then the rest of it on a 2.75 millimeter needle, a US 2. These are Knit Picks Majestics, which I bought a while ago so that I could knit socket hats in the round. But yeah, so this will be cast on probably tonight, tomorrow. Super excited. I've always wanted a red hat, and that color by Brooklyn Tweed is perfect. It's very much me. I was having this conversation with my mom earlier, and by earlier I mean like a week ago or something, how I always wanted to be a spring as far as what colors look really good on me, but I am 100% an autumn and a winter. So this kind of red I feel like looks really good with my coloring. I could be wrong, but this is like my go-to red. I love it. Oh, I'm gonna wear this hat so much, so I'm super excited. Another hat that I really want to make for this cal is a Joji Locatelli pattern that just came out. It's like the big cozy hat or something along those lines. It just came out. The Grocery Girls test knit it. I need it in my life. Since I know how to cable now, yes, I am so down for that hat. Other dream knitting. I have another sweater on the needles, which is the Ladies Classic Raglan by Jane Richmond out of some shepherd's wool worsted in a green colorway. And I just need to get that off the needles. I have about this much of the sleeve knit. I just need to knit like 8 more inches on it and it's done. So after I finish my gable, I'm going to finish that sleeve. And then I want to cast on so many more sweaters. I want to cast on the Madewell by Joji Locatelli and the Puntilla sweater. Is that how you say it? The Puntilla? By Joji as well, because Joji Locatelli is just a genius. So I want to knit those two, and I wanted to knit it since it came out, but again, the Hey Sister podcast ladies, Rachel and Tabby, are knitting them, and I'm in love with it. I love that it's a top-down construction in a way that I've never done it before. So that'll probably happen soon. And then I also purchased the Home and Away collection, the book. I have the PDF, but I really wanted the book because it's just beautiful. And it's Hannah Fettig, and there's so many sweaters in that book I want to knit as well. Specifically the Rosemont cardigan and the Booth Bay cardigan and the Leslie sweater. So 5 more sweaters I really want to knit. So those will hopefully be happening soon. Now for dream stashing, because I have not been buying yarn. So not been buying yarn, but I am obsessed with so many colorways from Junk Yarn, Kemper, who I love dearly. All of her new Harry Potter colorways, you guys, are gorgeous. So pretty. So those, Kristen's Gory Details colorways are coming out. Fig Bash is super pretty. Lara of the Fawn and the Fox. I am obsessed with her Never Let Me Go colorway. 1, because I love Florence and the Machine, and 2, because it's super pretty. So hopefully one day I'll be able to purchase that when I have the monies. Who else? All of the Nomadic colorways, her Harry Potter colorways are just gorgeous, especially Hermione. That's my obsession right now. Hermione and Luna. Those would be fun. I feel like there's more. All of the With Pointed Sticks colorways that she just came out with. I don't know why I'm dancing. I just realized that I was going like this. I'm probably just talking to my mom at this point. Okay, it's fine. It's good. Just more caffeine. Okay, we're just gonna nix that part. Not really, I don't edit it. But anyway, I will be moving on to shop update info. So if you have no desire to listen to me talk about my shop, StressKnits, which you can find on Etsy, feel free to just say bye now, or fast forward a little bit, because I might talk about some personal things after. I don't know yet. But if you are leaving me, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next week. And if you want to know about StressKnits, let's talk about it. So the next shop update will be next Thursday. I believe it is the 18th of August. I could be wrong, but whatever Thursday is of Monday, because Monday's the 15th, 16th. Yeah, it's the 18th. I might have done math wrong on here, but Monday, 15th, Tuesday, 16th, Wednesday, 17th, Thursday, 18th. Yeah, so next shop update is Thursday, August 18th at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I believe it's either at 3 or 5. The information is in the banner on my Etsy page. So yeah, and then I will be posting some pictures to Instagram to remind people that's happening. So this update, I have a new base. It's just going to be called Sparkle Sock, and yeah, it's a fingering weight yarn. It has 75% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 5% gold stellina. I did go with the gold stellina. Yeah, I'm super happy with it. So I will show you like the normal colors first. So this, I will have 2 skeins of Nemo Touch the Butt on Favorite Sock. These are still damp because it's super humid outside, so they're not drying very fast. So Nemo Touch the Butt, 2 of them on Favorite Sock, which is my 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon blend. 2 skeins of Airplane Over the Sea. 1 will be on my favorite sock base. I think this one might be my favorite that I dye. I just love it so much. It's very color accurate too. So Airplane Over the Sea on Favorite Sock, and then Airplane Over the Sea on my Sparkle Sock. I put a little more green by accident in this one, but I still really love the way it came out. So this is probably my favorite part, is right here. So super speckly, super fun. It is based on the cover art of Airplane Over the Sea by the Neutral Milk Hotel. And then I will have 4 skeins of Bell Jar. 2 of them will be on my favorite sock base. It's really hard now that there's that shadow right there. It's hard to see the colors, but it is a very, very muted, very subtle colorway. There's a lot, it's mostly like a bluish mint base with orange speckles this very beautiful pink. It's like my favorite pink, speckles and some blue speckles, but some of the spots, like here, there's more pink and the background or the base color turns more pink. There's some spots that are more orangey. It's super pretty. I love it. Yeah, so there is that. So 2 skeins on favorite sock and 2 skeins on my sparkle sock. There's that. And then I dyed up 1 skein of Killjoy. On sparkle sock. And then there were some new colors. This is a one-of-a-kind that Doug dyed, and I think it's called, I could be wrong, but I think it's called I Thought This Watermelon Was Seedless. I don't know. So there's that. I think it's super pretty. This is on favorite sock, and then he dyed up a colorway that may be repeatable. We have the recipe down for it. And this is called Hit 'Em With That Blue Steel Look. I thought it was funny. It might not be, but it's just gorgeous. I'm obsessed with this. And then I had some fun in the dye pot. I have no idea what this is going to be called yet, but it is a very pale purple with pinks and greens. Yeah. And some blues here and there. So there, I did that last time too. There's that. This is on sparkle sock. I still have more skeins to dye up. I might, I think I'm going to do 1 skein of Nemo Touch the Butt on sparkle sock. And then just play around with some stuff and see if I can come up with some new colorways. So I hope to see you there on Thursday. I believe it's at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I have a hair in my mouth, so that's why I'm doing this. Got it. Okay. So yeah, there is that. I'm very happy with the colors that I have as like my staples right now, which are Airplane Over the Sea, Bell Jar, and Nemo Touch the Butt. Those are my 3 favorites personally. I have some ideas in my head for some other things. Also, in shop-related news, I have been playing around with the idea of doing a club. I don't know, I came up with some colorway ideas, and because Gilmore Girls is rebooting in November, I was thinking about doing a club, a Gilmore Girls themed club that will focus on 3 of the 4 seasons, since it's Gilmore Girls a year in the life or something like that. So I have some ideas for 3 colorways, and I just think it'd be super special. They wouldn't be released for a year, 6 months to a year. If released at all. I have no idea if I want to release them, if this even happens. So if you are interested in this club, please let me know so I can kind of gauge whether or not to do this. It would be 1 skein on my favorite sock base, 1 skein on the sparkle sock, and then 1 skein on a base that I have not debuted in the shop yet, which is a merino nylon cashmere. And yeah, so those would be the 3 bases. Yeah, so it would run September, October, November, so that way you can get ready for some Gilmore Girls knitting. Yeah, so just let me know if you're interested. I'm really excited about it. So yeah, just let me know. But with that, I will move into some personal stuff. Nothing crazy, but yeah, I've had a job interview, and I have 2 more coming up this week. I'm really excited about it. A little nervous, but so if you guys can just be sending good vibes, that would be really great. So that's happening. I just paid for my wedding dress, which is super exciting. Yeah, so that's happening. I can't believe that Doug and I get married in less than 5 months. Oh, I had a question. I should have done this earlier, but I had a question in the Ask Me Anything thread, and it was asked by a fellow Michigander, and she asked, I forget who it was, and I'm so sorry. I will put it in the show notes. But she asked if I had ever thought of doing a Michigan meetup for people in the area, to just kind of meet each other and hang out and knit. And I have thought about it, but just with wedding craziness between my sister and me, job hunting and all of that, I don't think it would happen until after January. So yeah, there are 2 shops that I've thought about having it at. The one in Ann Arbor that I really want to go visit, and I might be in a few weeks because my mom and I have hair appointments at a salon in Ann Arbor. So might as well, while we're down there, check it out. So possibly there, or Michigan Fine Yarns in Plymouth, which is my local yarn store. I'm there every now and then. Yeah, so that will definitely be in the plans because I'd love to meet some people local that knit. It would be really fun. Yeah, so hopefully that'll happen soon. Yeah, so after I'm done with this, I'm going to upload it and start dyeing some more before Doug comes home from work. And yeah, so I hope you guys have an amazing week. I'm sorry for such a crazy podcast, but love you guys, and I can't wait to talk to you next week.